Hello, good morning everybody. So this video will be public on the YouTube channel, and it's a weekly update with the weekly close we had last week, of course. And if you want to get more insights or to be part of our trading room, you just need to ask it inside the Twitter feed at ForexSeeds or at ForexSeeds Pro. And you will get first a free entry for 28 hours so that you can look what we do there. And after you can become a member. It's only 25 US a month. And we do there 2 or 3 streaming every day on the London Open, New York Open, special event. And of course, we update the chart with all the detail levels. You will see them a little bit later here. But it's a very complete tool to trade USD and Euro USD. Concerning the weekly close, let's come back to this, which is the objective of this video today. So we have had a very nice weekly close right above this triple confluence of fib here. So it's very important because each of them are bullish. So we close above this red fib here, which is a 161.8 extension of that ABC up. And you see how well we used it to bounce. It was the bottom of last week, so we closed above it. And the close above this one is calling as next target 105.57, and then you have all the red one here. Concerning the light green here, it's the 1140 fib of that retracement fib of this complete swing, the 1,000 pips up move of the Euro USD. So it's important because as soon as we close back above it, it means we can look for a break of the zero, which is the high, the actual high we have in place in November. So it's calling for that level and higher. And concerning the blue one, so the blue one is a major one. Yeah, I've been speaking about it in the Twitter feed for a very, very, very long time. So it's a monthly, very big monthly ABC down, which had the 61.8 as a bottom in 2016. We retested it several times in 2022, finally broke through it, retested it on the down from the downside in a bounce, and then that's when we post the lows of this year. We have called that as a 2022 lows since they happened in September, and I said it could very well be the lows even for 2023, which is still what I think. I think we should not take those lows in 2023. So it's a big low that happened here in September 22. So this blue one, as I said, we closed above this one. So the target for the next one here is there. It's at 108. So that's nice because it gives us the targets. We are looking for 108, which is, by the way, the target I called for Euro USD on the yearly close. I think it was in August. I was calling about 108 to 110 with an extension to 112. So this is the area I call between the 50% and the 38% of that ABC down. So it's very important because we have a confirmation with this weekly close that we could very well touch the target by the end of the year. So it doesn't mean that intraday, especially at the beginning of this week, due to the fact that we have had this very nice move up, we are not going to look a little bit lower, especially with the end of months on, I think it's Wednesday, just let me check. Yes, it's Wednesday, so the day after tomorrow, we have the end of months. So we could see some pullback inside here. It's a very important week because we have several important data. We have today, for example, President Lagarde speaking at the European Parliament. So we have a lot of movers, and one of the biggest one at the end of the week, of course, will be the NFP with unemployment or employment situation after posting very, very bad PMI and very bad economical data in the last weeks, the start of some trouble in the unemployment or employment in general. So that's confirming all what we have been saying in the Twitter feed and in the trading room for a long time. And that's confirming that the US economy is in serious trouble now, and that will not improve now. It will become worse, like in Europe, but that's not something market was expecting. And that's why the Euro USD will go up in the next weeks, months. I'm not saying the Euro is in much better condition than the USD. I'm just saying that the USD has been completely overpriced. People completely deny the fact that we could see a recession in US. We will see a recession in US. And I invite you to look at the OCDE projection, and you will see that even for 2023 and 2024 and 25, the growth in US will be less than the growth in the Europe zone. So it's very interesting. It's only projection for now, but it means there is not a big gap between one and the other. So that's something important. The other thing is the COVID situation in China. So usually it was immediately a safe haven, people buying USD. That is changing to now. We have seen at the same time some troubles, some not troubles, but let's say some kind of ceiling in the yields. So all that is confirming what we have been saying here. One more time, it's not being pro or counter the Euro or the USD, just looking at the fundamental and the situation of the US market. So the COVID situation now in China and the lockdown they are doing is weighting to a lot on the US economy for a simple reason. Before, the internal market was dragging up the economy despite there was some lack on the other side. Now the internal market is not dragging up the economy because of the inflation, the unemployment and everything in the US. And on top of that, the Chinese economy is not dragging it up either because of the lockdown. So it's important to keep that in mind. Another chart I wanted to show you, which is more or less giving the same image, is this inside very, very, very big channel. So it's a channel starting in 08. You see very long-term channel I have here, fifth channel. So if we zoom in a little bit, you saw we mostly took the 61.8 as a bottom, and then we broke back above the 50%, and now we are struggling on these 38.2 targets. Next target will be 23.60, 21.40. So we always look in what we do in the trading room or in the trainings is we always look for confluences and confluences of macros, fundamental indication, and confluences of support and resistances. And that's what we have. You see, we have double top mostly on the 38.2 fib I was just speaking about. Then we started to pull back. We had this crazy Friday with very thin market. And now that's where we are. So I took a long this morning here at 103.50. We are bouncing a little bit. But as I said, I expect we would see the deeper retracement before the end of the month, and then we will start to go up and then finally be able to break back above that 38.2, which would be exactly the same as what we saw here concerning the big confluence of fib. We can look at that on a 4-hour basis. So you have this big confluence. Now we are going to back test it, which could be a place where we would look lower inside day or on the London Open today, and then we could bounce from the levels. Intraday, this is the chart we are updating every minute in the daily, in the trading room. So that's one of the things we are doing there. We have here an important pivot, not pivot, but volume resistance, support resistance we have there. We will touch it soon, so we should see some pullback in that area. Then we have the 4-hour 2021 the big 61.8 I was speaking about, the 161.8 extension here. So you have everything there, and the 1140. So that should help to push it a little bit lower, I think, on the London Open perhaps, unless we just break up. And then we would be looking for the level I spoke about, which is the ABC level. That's the level where we are looking to get scalp short. That's what we did last week. We went short here, right, on this volume area. Then we are looking for this area, which is, of course, basic double top. And then that would be the area we would be looking at in extension with 105, which is, if you remember well, here, the 200% extension of the fib we spoke earlier on the weekly update. So do not hesitate to look at our trading room. You can have this free access for 28 hours. You look at it, you see how you feel inside, and you will see it's very interesting. So have a very nice day and a great week.